Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Presidency 2023. Bola Tinubu has already kickstarted the process of introducing himself around as the person who will fly the flag of APC come 2023 in respect to presidency. And we heard the other day he traveled to Kano State to meet with some person, but according to him, he said there was no political undertone. He was just attending a wedding. And then we've also heard that some of his loyalists in the southwest, most of them are lawmakers, had to visit Olubadan of Ibadan, the ancient city of Oyo, and the purpose was to see how they can secure support for Tinubu from the monarch. And but guess what? The shocking aspect of it is that most of his arch rivals are actually those from southwest also. And we've heard from Bode George talking about his readiness to see how he will counter him. But another person who is very fervent, he's really pursuing and working really hard to see how he can get the position in Aso Rock. And he says that he will shock Tinubu when that day comes, that he will be the person that will take power or get the baton of leadership to continue with leadership come 2023. And we are just waiting to see how that will be possible. But let's first of all look at what he had to tell Nigerians. And according to the news, Olusegun Bamgbose, chieftain of the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, has declared that he has positioned himself to take over from President Muhammadu Buhari come 2023. He said that 2023 will certainly be a year of surprises, noting that the Nigerian youth were fed up with the old politicians who make promises but end up doing little for the masses who voted them in. According to him, he said 2023 is a year of changing the status quo. It's never going to be business as usual. Bamgbose posited while addressing a crowd of NNPP supporters in Lagos on Wednesday. Bamgbose, who is also a frontline lawyer, said the political heavyweights such as national leader of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, Bola Tinubu, will not stop him from taking over the presidency. The Nigerian youth will certainly set a pace come 2023. I am strategically positioning myself to take over from Buhari, not minding the odds and the obstacle, he added. Nigerians in 2023 will have to choose between the richer candidate or the better candidate, a popular candidate or a passionate candidate. I won't wait for campaign to start before showcasing my potential and capabilities. The security situation in the country will need a firm and fearless leader to handle in order to produce positive results. Hopefully by next year, there is a plan in the offing to minimize crime nationwide. We are concluding on that soon. The jobless youth in the country would soon have cause to smile because something great is in the pipeline. Hopefully by next year, we shall introduce Special Unemployment Relief Fund, SURF, and Poverty Alleviation Special Scheme pass. I have planned to defeat any other aspirant, including Tinubu. I can modestly submit that I am getting prepared to take over from Buhari. NNPP will produce the next president of Nigeria. The next president of Nigeria will be elected not necessarily on the basis of party affiliation, but personality. I am as passionate about building a better Nigeria than any other person in Nigeria. I have planned to empower not less than 100,000 jobless Nigeria before 2023 presidential election. If I fail in this perspective, then I should not be seen as a man of honor. It's as serious as that. By His grace, I am the next president of Nigeria. That's what Bamgbose had to say. He's a chieftain of the NNPP. That's the New Nigerian People's Party. Looking at what he had to tell Nigerians that he's going to be the next president, the likes of Bola Tinubu will not defeat him. What do you have to say about it? But first of all, let's just analyze this issue of rushing to be a leader. Now, I could still remember some many years ago when democracy started, there were some persons who were vying for the position of presidency, and unfortunately, they couldn't get it. I would like to mention them, talking about Rochas Okorocha. They didn't get it despite the benevolence and philanthropic attitude that he showcased to Nigerians. But I don't know what happened. He didn't get it. He had to go back to the grassroots to start from, the governorship level. After 8 years in office, Nigerians are so happy they did not give Rochas Okorocha the opportunity of becoming the president of Nigeria, because at least there must be, before you go in for such a big job as being the president of a country, there must be a playing ground. There must have been something nationally or not nationally, state-wise, that you have done, which people have marked you right before you enter. I mean, I think that's what most politicians do not know, especially when you're talking about democracy in African setting. It's not possible for you to just wake up from somewhere. There is no trademark, or let me say track record of your leadership skill thus far. You understand? Whereby we'll say, oh, at one time he was a special assistant to the president. Oh, he wasn't. He had been a governor, a two-time governor. He had been as a senator. This was what he did. This was what he did. This was what he did. There is no such track record. So for me, he's just trying to be very, very optimistic here. I think presidency, becoming the president of Nigeria, goes far beyond this. And I don't see him as a tough contender against the like of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Don't forget that the North went to Tinubu's house to thank him for what he did for Buhari far back in 2015. The strategy that he used to implant Buhari in Aso Rock, according to them, they said he did so much and they are going to reciprocate. Now, this is someone who had been a kingmaker. So being a king will not be overly difficult for him, except he meets his match, in the process. So for me, Bambuze is just making the number one. I want to say something which I believe if he's listening, he will have to take this into consideration. What's your extent of consultation thus far with the North, considering the fact that when we're talking about politics, it's not just your ability to speak so well and all of that. Consultation is overly important. How many people, how many geopolitical zones have you been able to consult thus far? What's your party structure? What do you have on ground that you feel that all Nigerians will be in readiness to vote for you? Now, these are some of the issues that we keep seeing people stay in their offices, some even in their church, to prophesy that they're going to be the president. No matter how your plans are that you're going to be the president of Nigeria, if you don't work hard, set up a structure for yourself, but in all the geopolitical zone, I tell you whole truth that you are a big flop. That's the truth. You can't make it in Nigeria with just utterances. Nigerians, how can someone stay in one remote area where he doesn't even have opportunity of having a browsable phone to know that there's somebody by so name who is very good and who speaks so well and who wants us to vote him? It's not possible. You need to move from one geopolitical zone to the other. I'm talking about very intensive and very coordinated move. You must be intentional about it. You go to their monarchs, let them understand what you represent. Let them understand what you will do for them. And possibly, if they love your face, they will sit down and draw up some agreement with you. That's politics in Nigeria for you. You don't just wake up from somewhere and feel that you can go there. And look at what happened that led to Jonathan being dethroned. It was amalgamation of some party. Personality was not important. Buhari had used his personality in 2011. CPC, used his personality to see how he can overthrow, that is to win Jonathan. It wasn't possible. But they needed to sit back together and have a mutual understanding and have whatever written or unwritten plan that they had. And that was how it was possible. It was amalgamation of almost three parties. Or four parties. One was from the South, that's Rotimi Amechi from South, new PDP then. And then from the Southeast, this guy also came up from there. Southwest, sorry. He came out from the Southeast. They had someone, ANPP was reigning then from the North, CPC. That was how they were able to do it. So for me, any person that comes out to say that you are just trying to tell Nigerians that you have the spirit of positivism, but it just doesn't work that way. Before that can be affirmed, it's not even by fasting and prayer. You've got to work. You need to learn from the veterans and go by their strategy, add one or two things up, then you can succeed. Well, so for me, it's just storytelling. I tell you the whole truth, but I like to leave it there. That's my personal opinion. What about